Practice sessions are vital for the continuing development of the car, but if you need to, you can choose to simulate the session instead. It won't be as effective as having you behind the wheel directly, but it's better than missing the session entirely.
How you done, Carl? I can get my intro done now. So welcome along everyone to episode number 2, season 1, with our sponsor Force India team here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it should be a good Grand Prix for us. It's going to be a clear Grand Prix, so that's one thing we go. We've got to get our contract objective for 600 resource points. That's to finish 8th or better. And around here, we're not entirely sure. It could happen, it could not happen. Looking at the R&D, we haven't done much, but we got those 2 big upgrades coming for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in a couple of episodes' time. If you did miss the last episode, spoiler alert, we got points. We didn't get many points, but we got some points eventually in our debut at the Australian Grand Prix. There is the R&D tree. So let's take a look at the championship after one race, and Lewis Hamilton leads the way from Sebastian Vettel, followed by Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, Sergio Perez, Devon Butler, Lucas Weber, and myself in P10. And in the Constructors, Mercedes lead the way from Ferrari, Red Bull, and then Racing Point, Haas, and McLaren. Everyone else has scored so far the big goose egg, but we've only one race into the season, one race. Of course people are going to score goose eggs after one race, aren't they? Huh? But that being said, we are now going to go off and get practiced, and then we're going to get qualified. Hopefully we have a good qualifying session. And on the other side of this qualifying session, we will see you guys for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Oh, and before I forget, we beat Perez in that checkpoint challenge around Silverstone.
There's something in the Bahrain air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the sand. Our brightest minds have thrust their brightest ideas into the spotlight of the Sakhir Circuit this evening as we look ahead once more to a Grand Prix that has thrilled us so consistently in the past. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. So, let's briefly discuss Lewis Hamilton. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Gasly, Max Verstappen, Poole, Perez, Butler, Hülkenberg, and Daniel Ricciardo. Leclerc, Grosjean, Kimi Raikkonen, and Kvyat. Albon, Norris, Antonio Giovinazzi, and George Russell. Kubica and Lucas Weber completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
So instead of starting P7 like we should have done, it's P6 thanks to a penalty for Charles Leclerc. Thank you, Charles. You're still my man. You're still my man, as always. First of all, what did you think of those beautiful graphics for the Bahrain Grand Prix? Finally, we've captured Bahrain in the perfect light on F1 2019, so leave a like for that. Let's see if we can get this video to 10 likes just for the Bahrain graphics, at least. But it's going to be a one-stop race today. Softs onto the mediums. And all being well, we shouldn't have too many problems when we do get onto the medium tyre. So that being said, let's strap on in. Let's go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Okie dokie, here we go then folks, for the running of the Bahrain Grand Prix from P6 on the grid. 5 red lights are out, and it's lights out, and away we go. It's a pretty decent start actually, I'm not going to complain about that start. The field's all over the place coming down to the first corner, and we're going to try and do our typical dive bomb into the first corner, and we start free wide with the Red Bulls, and one of them's trying to spin us out on the exit of turn 2, and we've got a... Oh my god, we've got one of our famous absolute trademark starts here at Bahrain. We're ahead of both of the Red Bulls, just the two McLarens and two Mercedes and Sebastian Vettel in front of us as we fly into turn 5, 6 and 7, I think that. I can't remember the turns around it. Give me a minute as we go back through the field. That is Danny Rick fighting with Kimi Raikkonen for P13. His teammate Antonio Giovinazzi fighting with Danny Kvyat for P15. And I think Ricciardo's going to get that place off Raikkonen. But Raikkonen's holding his own as you see myself and one of the Red Bulls fighting down the back straight here. And it looks like Danny Rick has got his man, and Giovinazzi not quite, but now he has. He's got Danny Kvyat moving into P15. But we are going to have ourselves a race here today because we are fighting the Red Bulls. We're fighting the Red Bulls! P4 with a car that's probably about as useful as Kim Kardashian at a spelling bee. As we go back to Charles Leclerc, he's going to be fighting through the field. I think that's Devon Butler he's about to pass with P8, so he's got a brilliant start as well. Up 2 places on the start to P9. Now he's into P8, into the first corner. Do we see that pass? No, we don't. We come to the back end of it though, and there you go. Charles Leclerc passed Devon Butler as we keep defending from the man Gasly. Man Gasly from F1 29 to 18. When we had that incredible season with Toro Rosso before we went to Red Bull. And now Gasly, basically he went to Red Bull. So, yeah, thanks there, Pierre. Although you're not doing too much this season, are you? Still can't believe, Matt, we got an absolute lightning start and we're in P4 already, miles ahead of where we should be. We're already losing our voice. Just because we are. And this is incredible. Absolutely incredible, folks. This Force India has got some punch, and it's only losing out to the likes of the Ferraris and the Mercedes. If we can beat a Red Bull today, I will take that all day, every year as well. But you've got to remember who's in this Red Bull Honda. That's Max Verstappen and Pierre Gasly. As we go to the front of the field, this is Lewis Hamilton. I think it's Hamilton. No, it's not. It's Valtteri Bottas in the lead. He's defending for Sebastian Vettel. Vettel's got the run. Side by side into the first corner. Sebastian Vettel's going to take the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Big lock-up from Valtteri. He's going to have Lewis Hamilton right behind him going to turn 3. And that'll be Vettel into the lead as we have Perez defending from Charles Leclerc. That's going to be a no contest, I think. Heading down to the first corner behind him, it looks like Devon Butler's under attack from Danny Ricciardo. And yeah, move Leclerc. It's not worth fighting that position, Perez, but Perez is going to give it as good as he gets. Fair play to the Mexican. He's still got P7. As actually, sorry, I do apologise. That was now Butler holding up Hulkenberg has brought Grosjean into play. And side by side will Haas and the Renault go into turn... Oh, good lord, I've lost a number of turns. I think that's 6 and 7. Then turn 8. Yeah, that's right. This is turn 8. It's still side by side going down to turn 9 and 10. That's going to end one way for you, Nico. Let's go end with you getting that position because Roman Grosjean does the big boy lock-up down into the first corner. And... turn 10, as one of the Toro Rossos has got past Alex Albon, the Thai driver. He's into P11 now, ahead of Roman Grosjean. And I think Leclerc's finally going to get his man. It's not worth fighting Sergio. We're not fighting them today. We're fighting these Red Bulls. I think we're fighting these Red Bulls for position as well. We've got Gasly all over our rear end. We're defending like mad down to the first corner. I think Sergio has relented that position. But here he comes back with DRS. I tell you what, Sergio Perez is holding his own against Charles Leclerc. Maybe if the rumours of Vettel retiring are true, then perhaps Sergio could be in for the ride. There'll be a left field call. I don't think he will, because Sergio's a big benefactor to that Racing Point Spurser Force India team, and he's just lost out to Devon Butler, the prick. Now this was earlier on. Looks like Bottas is going to go chasing after Vettel, but he wants his victory back. Come here, you bloody red car. Those Mercedes are swamping that Ferrari, and that was a pretty easy pass there going into the first corner, but Sebastian's going to hold his own, and he keeps the lead. Wow, that Ferrari's got some traction. Give that Ferrari a big tick in the traction point as Alex Albon goes after Nico Hülkenberg for P10. I think Grosjean is somewhere close. He might get interested here, and there he is right behind them with Danny Rick in close attendance. Hülkenberg round the outside. That's a position maintained for Nico Hülkenberg, and here comes Grosjean on Alexander Albon. Oh, big lock-up from Nico Hülkenberg, and that's P11. Will it be for P11? But Grosjean, he's thinking about it, but no, Albon's holding his own around the outside. He might have to relent that position in a second, because Grosjean might drive him off the track. Go on. See what that Toro Rosso Honda does. But no, there you go. Grosjean gets his man. Or does he? There's a lock up there from somebody. I think, no, he locked up and Alex Albon's back past him. So fair play to the Thai driver. And now they're free of the line going into turn 11 as we decide we're going to pit this lap. The soft tyres not worked at all. I think we may have dicked up Gazzy there because Verstappen's right on his tail. So let's see how that works out as we come into the pits. Excuse me, for the soft medium tyre. And now let's see if we can get this undercut. The undercut is powerful around Bahrain, but we don't quite have the speed. So that could be a telling factor. Honestly, look at those graphics. It's like you're actually watching the F1 on for real. That's how good those graphics are around Bahrain. Now, Sergio, you've lost out to Butler and you lost out to Leclerc. Can you get that position back off Devon Butler? The pansy, pompous face you want to punch. There you go. Get him. Go on, get him, son. Round the outside of him. Do him round the outside. Oh, you ponce. That Ponce has kept the position for now. Oh, there's a bit of a clusterfucker behind us. Go on, Sergio. Round his outside now. You've got the traction. If you get the traction, you can put it down. You can get him into turn 6. Oh, he's not quite. He's holding his own, is Devon Butler. Fair play to the Haas driver. Replaced Kevin Magnussen this season. He's giving as good as he's got, Sergio. Go on, Sergio. Go on, Sergio. There you go. P7 for Sergio Perez. And we go to Danny Rick here. He's chasing after Roman Grosjean. He's got, who's that behind him? Kimi Räikkönen? It is. They're all chasing after Alex Albon. Oh, here we go. Motorway traffic jam coming 4 wide down to the first corner. Hold it together, lads. Alex Albon's lost 3 places. How are they all through? That's incredible. There's the powerful AI for you. So who's come out on top of that? Grosjean's made a couple of Räikkönen. I think Räikkönen's duped them all. I think Giovinazzi was involved in there somehow as the Silver Arrows start fighting each other. Hamilton's got ahead of Bottas. No, he's not. They're in second place because Vettel's done them both. Bottas has passed Hamilton with the greatest of ease and move him into P2. As we go back to this cluster, whatever, that's... who is this? Who are you? I don't know who you are. That's Perez on Butler again. It looks like Butler. Oh, big lockup from Butler. And Perez, he's going to just... well, I say he was going to go down the inside, but he's got him now. There you go. Take that, you Ponzi British wanker. as Kimi Raikkonen and Daniel Ricciardo fight for P11 on the track. That's going to be an easy pass for the Renault man. Is he going to get him? Kimi Raikkonen, very experienced in that Alfa Romeo. See, we're not even saying Sauber anymore. Even though my man Cozy went back to Sauber, he says Sauber, but he's at Alfa Romeo now. But Kimi maintains P11. I think Alex Albon's going to go at Daniel Ricciardo down. Look at that helicopter. 3 wide into turn 4. That is insane AI driving. And I think Raikkonen's going to maintain that position, is he? Oh, Ricciardo's got a nose in there. Danny Rick's got a nose. He's also got a head. Oh, it's very close, tight racing between these two down into turn 9. You don't want to be side by side into turn 9 or turn 10. That's not going to work, and Raikkonen forces Ricciardo wide. That's going to bring in Alexander Albon into play. Great racing between these 4 drivers here. You've got Danny Kvyat in attendance as well. I think Alex Albon's got Danny Rick and move him into P12 as we go to Max Verstappen, is that? Yes, I think it's Verstappen. He's coming in for a pit stop. If it says number 33, yes, it does say 33. So, let's see what the Dutchman can do. Did he get the overcut or did he get the undercut? We get the undercut. Ooh, we could have done with Perez being a little closer there. Perhaps hold him up. Where are we? He's got a nice set of medium tyres on as Verstappen. There we are. We're coming into the shot now. Oh, we've lost out. Wow, Verstappen got the overcut. That's incredible. I didn't think the overcut would work. Now look at this cluster. Vettel's been brought out into traffic here. That's Lando Norris in front of him. That's not worked out for the Ferrari man. He might lose out to Bottas there. He's going to get past Norris pretty quickly. Or is that Norris? Is that Weber? They're both in close attendance. But no, Sebastian Vettel, I think that is Lando Norris, I think. He's past Lando Norris for whatever position that was he was at the time. Meanwhile, we're chasing after Verstappen here. We want... Oh, that's very deep into turn 10. The brakes on this car are just horrible. That's going to be one part of the chassis we do get sorted when we get our aero upgrades going. But we're going to be looking to probably get a new contract when it happens as we go to the front of the field. Now, Gasly rolled out into the... Basically, he rolled out into the lead, I think. Although he didn't. One of the Mercedes stayed out. I think that's Bottas. But let's see where Gasly comes out. And Leclerc. Because Leclerc had caught up to Gasly there. Gasly had caught up to Leclerc big time. Now I should imagine Verstappen's going to be somewhere in the field. Here comes Verstappen. Here we come as well. And we're going to lose out to, wow, Gasly and Leclerc. Verstappen beats Gasly. We've taken Leclerc. Incredible racing. Gasly wants his position back. Give me that position back, says Pierre. He will not be outdone by his more experienced teammate in the Red Bull. I think he has got him. That's great racing from the Frenchman. He's even maintained into P6. Well done. So Pierre Gasly maintains what will be a net P4. We're in going to be a net P5. Sorry, P6. I do apologise. Because you forget there's a few cars that are not pitted yet. And one of those cars that have not pitted yet as Verstappen goes for the move on the inside of Gasly. We didn't see that on the replay, Mr. Director. Thank you very much. That's a strike against you. Verstappen right down his outside. Now one of the cars that haven't pitted is Lando Norris. He's where's that Weber? No, it is Norris. This is P5. Lando Norris is going to fight Lewis Hamilton for it. But Lewis has got the fresher tyres. And, well, Norris is maintaining around the outside. Fair play to Lando, but he dives straight into the pit lane. He knows that's a lost cause. There goes one of the Toro Rossos into the pit as Sebastian Vettel chased after Kimi Raikkonen, who's leading this race, folks. Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo leads this race. as Bottas goes down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. Big curb take there, and that's going to keep Sebastian in P2. Or what will be the net race lead when he finally gets up to the back of Kimi Raikkonen. Did he ever think he'd be up to the back of Kimi Raikkonen in this race now? Meanwhile, we're going to have to do some defending of our own here. We've got DRS, but so is Charles Leclerc, side by side with the Monegasque driver down to the first corner. Shades of 2018 when it was Red Bull against Sauber. And are we going to get him? Yes, we are. We're just going to hold on to that position as Verstappen looks all over the back of my man Gasly. I think it was about now that we did hear a radio message that said that, well, actually Verstappen's got ahead of Gasly. I do apologise. I think we heard a radio message around this time saying Gasly had an issue and he was going to be slowing down, which is good news for us because we could get P5 here as Kimi Raikkonen has now been caught by Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. Is Vettel going to have a go in turn 11? He is. Kimi didn't fight that. That's P1. Into the race lead goes Sebastian Vettel. Will he fight Valtteri for P2? Or will he have the common knowledge to get out of the way? The experienced Finn in the Alfa Romeo. I think he's going to fight Valtteri for this one. And indeed he is. Valtteri's not even close. So that's going to be an interesting one down into the first corner. And here he goes. Is he going to let him go, or is he going to fight him? I think he's going to fight him. Going to fight him hard is Kimi Raikkonen. And you wouldn't expect anything from the 2007 world champion. Yep, he was world champion 12 years ago, folks. Oh, big lock up. That I thought he was going to maintain his position there, but oh, that was close. He just about holds on, and Valtteri will stay P3. As we saw in the background there. Can we get a replay of that, Mr. Race Director? The Red Bulls were fighting each other. Thank you. Good man, on cue. I think this is it's going to be Raikkonen. Sorry, Raikkonen. He's not enough. We're fighting with Leclerc in the background again. Here comes Gasly and Verstappen. And Gasly back down the inside. Fair play. We've held off Leclerc. We're getting our teammates confused. We're getting our former drivers confused there. There's another pass in the background. One of the Renault's passed Perez, I think, or Perez was past him. So we're still P6. Let's see who it was as Perez goes down the main straight. It was Nico Hülkenberg. This is a P9. They're a long way behind the fight for P5. Indeed they are. Hülkenberg 40 got his man here, but I think you'll find Perez has got your number there, you German whatever. Excuse me. Now here's is that Alex Albon? This is Alex Albon. He's fighting Danny Ricciardo. You got George Russell behind them. He's fighting the other Toro Rosso. No, he's not. He's fighting the Haas. Alex Albon down the inside of Danny Rick. Well, there's a dive bomb. Normally you see a dive bomb from a man Ricciardo, but no, it's a dive bomb from Albon, and he actually loses out to Ricciardo for P11. Fair play as we see Grosjean chasing down, I think that's George Russell. Speaking of a fight, the two McLarens are about to have a fight here. That's Norris and Weber. And Weber's going to go past Norris with the greatest of ease. Norris, of course, knows this track very well from his GP2 days. Believe he won the race here. But, well, they're still going side by side. And that will be Weber into P... Well, it's not quite Weber into P16. It may be Weber into somewhere else. Giovinazzi's getting very close to the pair of them. He may end up taking the pair of these two if they keep fighting each other. As Lewis Hamilton's caught the back of Kimi Raikkonen now. We see that Bottas has passed Raikkonen. Where did that happen? We didn't see that one happen. The director's not on form today, but he's on form seeing Hamilton pass Raikkonen, and that's Raikkonen down to P4. I think he pits now. He's had enough of those medium tyres. Speaking of fighting, the two McLarens are still fighting. That's Norris going through on Weber. And move him back into P16. Round the outside. He's going to go round the outside. Hold on to it, Nando. Oh, great action from our former F2 teammate and... well, actually, they're both former F2 drivers. And Norris has finally got his man. And he'll be going into the last corner. Wow. Oh, keep up at the back. That is... how can you argue with some of this race? It's just been incredible. As we get go right to the inside, defending against Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc wants past. Well, you know the trait by now. You want past, you're around the outside. And we're just going to drive it round the outside. And he's got us. Well done, Leclerc. Good move. There's just a problem. We got DRS. See you later. We're coming back down the inside. Turn 4. Give us that helicopter shot. We'll just escort him to the outside of the track. There you go, mate. How you doing? Thank you. We'll take P6, P7 back if you don't mind. Actually, sorry, that's P6. I didn't fancy P7. And now look, Giovinazzi has caught these. They're 3 wide down the main straight. The two McLarens and Antonio Giovinazzi. Who's going to give here? Gio takes a lot of curb. Norris took a very wide line and he's got Weber. Has he dicked Weber up enough to let Giovinazzi have a go? He has. Oh dear. That didn't work out for you there, did it, Lando? You screwed over your teammate. Well done. But they're still side by side into turn 6. Fair play to Weber. He's got the measure of Giovinazzi and he gets him out of turn 7 down into turn 8. And speaking of getting in, Vettel has been rather curiously not on the pace. I think he's about to be done into turn 11 by Valtteri Bottas. Yes, he is. That was a pretty easy pass for the Finn on the German. He's not completed it yet, but he has got him right now. So we wonder if Vettel's nursing a few issues, because he seems to be dropping off of Bottas pretty quickly. But meanwhile, the man Gasly is still holding on to the back of Verstappen. We may just be accepting P6 and bye-bye, see you later. We will gladly accept that. As you can see the gap that Bottas has pulled out on Vettel. Vettel has definitely got a problem because that McLaren was past him even before the DRS zone. So maybe he's got an engine issue, or maybe he's got a gearbox problem. We don't exactly know, because we haven't been told that he has an issue. Speaking of issues, Gasly's going to have another go at Verstappen here down into the first corner. My man Gasly may have an issue on his car, but he's definitely got the better of young Max this race. And he's got P4, which is fair play. Excuse me. It's fair play to the young French driver. He may be having a tough time of it in real life, but he's definitely giving it some on the game here. As Kimi, is that Kimi going down the inside of Alex Albon? It certainly is. That's P12 Raikkonen came out, and that was done pretty easily as we go to George Russell. Sorry, that's Robert Kubica. He was passed by Roman Grosjean into turn 1. So good move by the Frenchman on the pole. And he's going to maintain that position. Meanwhile, Gasly's issue has got worse. He's now about to be passed by Verstappen, I think. You can tell there's a definite speed disadvantage. He's let him go. And now Gasly's going to come back towards us. We were defending like mad from Leclerc in that Ferrari. We have done so well to defend from Leclerc. I think we should be driver of the day, because we have just absolutely done the pants off of this racing point. Leclerc is all over our back end. I think we could be a 3 wide with Gasly and Leclerc down into the first corner. That could actually happen. It may happen as we give chase to Gasly, whatever his issue is. He may have an engine issue, he may have a turbo issue, we don't know. But here we go, side by side with the man Gasly. It's not quite 3 wide with Leclerc, but we'll definitely get the man Gasly. That's going to feel bittersweet from our old Toro Rosso teammate. Whoa, he got very loose on the exit of turn 2. I don't know if contact was made. I didn't feel any contact, but certainly Leclerc's now going to take advantage of that. And big lock up on the brakes, and that's P6 for Charles Leclerc. We're now in P5 behind Max Verstappen, if you can actually believe that. As Raikkonen, I believe, is being chased by Alex Albon again, and Alex Albon's got Raikkonen before the corner. Wow! That shows the power of that Honda engine. Meanwhile, speaking of teammates fighting each other, I've been wondering what's happened with Weber and Norris, and looks like Weber is sorry, that's is that Norris? Yeah, that's Norris. Took Weber before the greatest of ease. In the background, we had a pass there. I don't quite know. Now I don't think we'll catch Verstappen, so we'll I think we'll just settle for P6 here as we go back to Weber and Norris. Still with this cracking fight between the pair of them. It feels like it's been going on all race. Who is the better from GP2? Norris has got his man at the moment. Meanwhile, whoa, hello! Leclerc thought about the outside of the last corner. You sit your ass back there. What the hell was that all about? He was no quarter given there from the monogas driver. We're on the final lap here. Perez is about to be lined up by Nico Hülkenberg for P8. Hülkenberg's had to go around the outside, as they could get the man Gasly if they concentrate their efforts enough, but I think they're too busy fighting each other as Perez goes round the outside and maintains P8. This will be a good haul of points for the Racing Point team if we can maintain this 5-8. Hopefully we can, as Raikkonen starts lining up Alex Albon down the main straight. Oh no! Oh, Raikkonen's lost his wing. I think Albon's retiring, and Raikkonen hit him on the wing, and he's got wing damage. Oh, he's going to have understeer like mad. No! It shouldn't have happened like that. Grosjean is all over the back end of him, and it won't surprise me if he gets his man eventually. Meanwhile, Vettel's pace has dropped off so much. Here's Verstappen. Verstappen could nick Vettel's podium. Round the outside. Go on, Max. Max. Oh, bit of contact as well. Oh, hello. P3 for Max Verstappen. We could get P4 if we put the power down and get on with it. But I don't think so. We're too far back. Meanwhile, up at the front, it's going to be formation finish for the Mercedes. They're going to finish 1-2 with Valtteri Bottas winning the Bahrain Grand Prix as the fireworks go off just ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who is P2. But we're coming out the last corner. We'll take this as a victory all race long. P5 for the Racing Point team. Get in there, boy!
Can't complain about that one. That was an excellent drive.
You beauty of a car! Even though you handled like a bitch.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
It's a tough one, but I think I have to give it to Robert Kubica. He really impressed me out there today, and I think he has every right to be happy with that result.
Let's move on to the Constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Well, what a finish to the race that was. Absolutely incredible finish. Valtteri Bottas, your race winner, just by 0.4 of a second from Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen nicking the podium on the final lap. Oh, heartbreak for Vettel in P4. We finished P5, career best so far. We beat a Ferrari, folks. We beat a Ferrari. Yes. And a Red Bull as well. I forgot about that, with Gasly Perez bringing home 8th place. And Nico Hulkenberg and Devon Butler rounding out your points. Oh. And 1 DNF, sorry. Alexander Albon, heartbreakingly on the last lap. He's 2 for 2 in DNFs. Phew! What can you say about that, folks? Leave a like for that incredible race. Let's go and see Claire. This girl.
Performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Oh, definitely.
Some excellent overtaking moves.
To be honest, I think it must be talking about Weber here, and him and Norris were having a cracking fight. So let's go with the right answer here. Give us some sportsmanship.
You really looked in control of your car out there.
Absolutely, we looked in control of our car, even though it was a bit of a heap. But we'll praise the team, get some sportsmanship up.
Great. Well, that's everything.
And I'm glad that that's everything, Claire. And all in all, that is going to mean that, as we just alter our camera here, I don't know why it's shaking so badly. It is. We're now drawing our rivalry with Sergio Perez. Going to pick up some big resource points, and we'll pick up the 600 additional resource points for getting 8th or above. I think 5th is above 8th. And you see the reputation with the Sparta Racing Point team already on the up in our rookie season. And no one wants to praise me for that 5th place finish. What a bunch of dickheads. Carl's pretty happy. Mind you, he's Carl, he's allowed to be happy about something. He is happy about a lot. So let's go spend these resource points straight away, and the first thing we'll do, we'll get a chassis upgrade to go with our 2 major upgrades to the aero. So that'll come in at Azerbaijan. We can't quite get the upgrade on the powertrain we'd like, and we can't do any further on the end aero until Azerbaijan. So what I think we might do is probably save these resource points and then do some delving into it at China when we get the upgrades going. But 7th in the championship, 11 points. We're a point ahead of our teammate Sergio Perez. Guys, hit that like button. I want to get 10 likes out of this video. And I think we can do it just for some of that incredible AI racing that was going around the deserts of Sakhir. So thank you all for watching. I cannot thank everyone enough. The support for the first video has been fantastic. Let's hope the support for the second video just as fantastic. Subscribe for daily F1 content as well as other games on the channel. And until next time when we see you around the Shanghai circuit, we will see you guys later on.